Hello again, everyone. I thought I'd have a go today at some more of the new release of dies from CraftAddictionUK. And it's this lovely set of deer. So I thought I would try and do a really quick card. You know what it's like at Christmas. You get to the point of sending and realise you haven't got enough. So if you can do something really quick that looks $1 million, all to the good. So I've got a square card. I've got this aperture frame type die from CraftAddictionUK. I think this was one of their very first dies. When Steve wrote to me and said, could he send me some of his dies to try? This was one that he sent me. This and the wreath. Anyway, I thought white on white, really quick, square card. So, card base, card panel. So I've just cut that from there, not with the outside piece. So I've got a front panel. Then what I thought, I would have one deer sitting in front. This is I think this is probably one of the smaller ones. And this one from in behind like that. And just a snowy background behind. A bit of twinkle. And maybe a sentiment, and the card will be made. I mean, it takes moments. So I've just popped a piece of card in my embossing folder. This is just a random snow one. It actually was by Sheena Douglass, no longer available, but there are lots and lots of others. Do excuse my hands. They're absolutely filthy. Can't get it off at the moment. But yesterday, the reason for my absence was I was trying to get some video done of a printer's tray. People said to me they'd love to see them, they'd love to see some of the process. So I was actually trying, in the process of making a third one, to do some videoing of it as well. So I've got to try and piece that together to make probably 2 or 3 videos to see, so you can see the process. But that's the reason for my messy hands, so I apologise for that. Okay, let's just emboss this. There's my embossing plate. Okay. Yeah, if you want to be quick at Christmas, white on white with a bit of sparkle is perfect. So that can go like that. I'll need to cut that down just a trifle. This can go in there. I wonder if I should cut another one. Make it pop up a bit more. I think I will. I've got some... This piece came out of there. So let's see if we can fit him on there. And we can. Can we fit the little one? Crikey, look at that. That's perfect. Let's cut another couple out. You may have noticed that in the set, there are some extra antlers. And what I thought would be a really good idea, I don't know what Steve's idea was behind it, but I thought I would cut an extra one as well and just add it onto the top for an extra bit of dimension. So let's just see, we can stack these together. This little one goes with that one, and that one goes with this one. So let's just get this out of here. Now, I'm thinking, yes, it has. I'm glad about this. See, the eye has been left in there. The first one I cut, this one, the eye stayed in the die. And I thought if I'm doing a second layer, that will probably mean that it will stay in. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of tape on the back of there to make sure it doesn't actually fall out. And then this can be the bottom layer onto which I can draw just a black dot. It's going to be my one step away from white on white. He's going to have a little black eye. Right, a little piece of tape just to make sure that eye does stay in there. Okay, Let's have a look at if the same thing happened with this one. Get it out. No, that one's come out. Ah, is it on my... Don't know where that one is. Oh, it's still there. It is still there. Okay. Right, let me just... What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put some tape on the back now. The eye is still in the die. Put the tape on the back now, and then push that eye onto the tape so we don't lose it. Let's get it round so we can fit it in. Okay. Now, if I just push on this eye, it should go onto that piece of tape, and it has. You see? So I've got an eye there now, an eye there, and an eye on this one. Okay. Now I can stick these on the top. And the eye is sort of slightly recessed. It'll look much more natural. Whether we put a dot in or not is another question. I'll think about that one in a moment or two. Right, let's just join these together. Actually, I may not put a black dot. I think I might just leave it like that. Leave it absolutely white on white. The extra layer gives it the dimension that I was after, so I think that's great. I'm hoping to get this up and published, and then I can start working on editing all the bits and pieces of the printer's tray number 3. I think I have a break for a while from that. It is so, so, so lovely. But what I've been thinking was, for gifts this Christmas, I think what I may do is see if I can find some, unfinished wooden boxes, and then I can decorate the box by painting, giving a nice finish to it, and then putting some of my cards in as gifts, which I thought might be a nice notion. But I've got yet to find a box or boxes with the dimensions that will accommodate some of my cards. A lot of them are a little bit skinny, so I'll keep looking. Handsome fellow, isn't he? Okay, and the little ones are there. Okay. Right, this is a bit long, I think. I'll just shorten it slightly, and then we'll get this behind the front panel. That can go up onto foam tape. Now I'm going to put some twinkle on these, on those, all over. Here's my pen. Still wondering about whether to do the eyes. I don't think this was shaken up quite enough. There's not as much mica as there might be. It is suspended in the liquid in these shimmer pens, so if you don't mix it up, you may get more liquid and not so much mica. So I didn't actually give it a big enough shake, I don't think, to start with. That's better. Okay. Right, I think we'll put a bit of foam tape on here. Now, I am just wondering whether I should put some kind of sparkle onto the snow. But I actually think that if I did that, it would put these in the shadow. And I am going to put a very, very, very tiny dot in the eyes. They just look blind otherwise, don't they? Just a small one. That's all. Makes me feel better. I think we could have a sentiment. Here. I'll look for one. I looked through my Christmas sentiments box and I came across a couple. This little one, which just says joy, I don't remember the make of that. And this one, which I believe is memory box or puppy stamps, one of the two. And it's got a little shadow. And I actually recorded this as I thought once doing this bit. But I must have forgotten to press the button or something. I don't know. Phil shouted he was going out or something, and I stopped the video. Must have forgotten to start it again. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I cut it out, twinkled the top layer, and just popped it on there. So that's it for today. Really short and sweet. As I said, it's a quick card, quick video today too. So I'm sure people would look at that and think, oh, isn't that nice, you know? Somebody's taken a bit of trouble, and it's just a bunch of die cuts, really, just put together with a little bit of twinkle on the top. So I hope you enjoyed it. One thing I did mention as I thought I was recording was I was looking at some analytics of my channel, and it says I've got a considerable number of new subscribers, but the actual total isn't increasing incredibly, not in relation to the number of new subscribers. So I think some people must be getting unsubscribed without their knowledge. So if you could check, that would be absolutely wonderful. I would be very, very grateful. And a thumbs up always, always helps the algorithm for my channel, making it more obvious for more people. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll come back and see me very soon.